Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. While the thumb of this video is not something I ever thought would be on a channel involving a law firm in Southeast Asia, but here we are. It's Eazy-E, the late, great Eazy-E from the band NWA. What are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about Eazy receipts. And the minute I heard the term Eazy receipts, I thought of Eazy-E. So what do you want me to tell you? In any event, I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, Finance Minister Says Low Inflation Strong Baht Hinder Growth. As I said in another video, I can't think of a more ridiculous headline than that, but I don't know how a finance minister can be pro-inflation and pro-weak national currency, but whatever. And I got into that in another video. We're more or less talking about tax ramifications here in this one, quoting directly. Finance Minister Pichai Chunhawajira, speaking on Thursday at the Money Expo, themed, quote, digital finance for all, unquote. By the way, did all of us ever want digital finance? I don't remember there being a hue and cry from all of us wanting digital finance, but here we are. Quoting further, Mr. Pichai vowed to revive the EReceight initiative to stimulate spending at the beginning of next year. He said the finance ministry is preparing to propose to the cabinet a renewal of the EReceight stimulus measure that allows taxpayers to deduct up to 50,000 baht in personal income tax for goods purchases, with implementation expected by January. How about you just cut our taxes? How about that? I'm sick and tired of all of these like gimmicky, oh, you have to go through all these hoops and fill out all this stuff. And don't tell me it's EReceight when you're dealing with anything digital too. As I've discussed in other videos, I've seen it through the immigration system. It's really fascinating actually how similar tax systems and immigration systems are, because they have substantial ramifications and they are a narrow and deep body of law, generally speaking. And they have their own sort of insulated, their own enforcement apparatus, if you will. The immigration police here in Thailand, or Department of Homeland Security in the United States. And then, you know, the tax system, the IRS, and then you got the tax courts in the US. Over here, we got the Revenue Department. They kind of deal with their own stuff. That being said, again, first thing I would say is, why don't you just give us a tax break? Don't make us have to run through all these hoops to get our Eazy-E receipt or whatever that is. But that being said, setting it aside, I can see where there is sort of a momentum behind the notion of giving a little bit of relief to all of us out here. Again, part of the problem is, oh, I don't know, you shut the economy down for 2.5 years. We wouldn't need all this gimmicky stuff if that had never happened. Then meanwhile, you're out there wandering around trying to do all this neo-Keynesianism stuff. And then you want to tell us that you've thrown us a bone by forcing us to have to go through a bureaucracy to get money back that you took anyway. You know, I fail to see it in terms of it being this massive benefit that they're trying to sell it as. Meanwhile, this is probably not going to have a much, if any, impact on the foreign community here in Thailand. But it also begs the question as to what benefit is it really to anybody in Thailand, in the sense that you could just give a tax break and let us just go on down the road. But no, instead we got to play these games and jump through all these hoops. And I suspect beta test more digitization that you're then going to later roll out as you try to put us in this totalitarian, you know, monetary grid. Let's not forget, this is the same crew, this core coalition party that is espousing all of this nonsense. These are the same people that wanted to give us magic bean digital money, put us into hock to the tune of 1 trillion baht when they first came up with it, or 500 billion baht. I think it did start as 1 trillion. Then it quickly went down to 500 billion baht, which is a ton of money that we all got to go into debt for. But we weren't actually going to get money back from this. No, we were going to get digital magic beans that they could then track and trace. They could tell us where they could spend them. All of this good stuff. Again, this is technocratic nonsense. And the thing that bothers me about it is when it gets rolled out as some great benefit to the Thai population at large.